everybody, it's Jason Blaha here now that my 2 obligatory informative videos are done for the day, which were my Q&As today. So I spent about 25 minutes answering your questions, so go check that out if you guys are interested. But now it's time for me to talk about current events in the online fitness community. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit. Let's talk about the one I've had a bunch of people ask me about on my fan page, on my comments. They're like, hey, Big Boy Strength Cartel confronted Brad Castleberry about his fake weights. And I'm like, oh my God. So I had to go check it out because I kind of expected the worst. Because let's be honest, that's really not a group of guys you really want to mess with. At the end of the day, let's be real. Talking about a group of guys who lift some serious weight. Those dudes are strong. You can't deny that. All right, the term Strength Cartel matches them. Those dudes are strong. And I can't even talk smack about it because some of those guys are a lot stronger than me. Guys can out deadlift me. What am I going to say? Oh, you guys are only 30% stronger than me. That doesn't work. That doesn't work in the real world. All right. Oh, you're stronger than me, so I'm going to talk smack about it. Dudes, a bunch of them dudes are stronger than me. I can respect that. Now, that being said, you're also dealing with a bunch of dudes, pretty hard dudes. You know they're all strapped. Lift some serious weights. They all have a little bit of attitude. You really don't want to get involved in a conflict with a group of guys like that. It's not in your best interest to do so. Don't really care who you are. So I'm like, oh no, I hope they didn't go confront him in his gym. Because that's the thing that worries me, guys. All this stuff, people try to treat YouTube fitness like it's WWE. People start trying to confront people at their gyms and stuff. That could get ugly. People could get hurt. People could get shot. People could get killed. You don't do stupid stuff like that. But when I went to check it out, I'm like, okay, it happened at the expo. All right, fair enough. This is a controlled environment where everyone's gone through metal detectors. There's armed security everywhere to take you down if you get too out of hand. Relatively safe environment. But, yeah, they did confront him. How do I feel about them confronting him? I don't know. Do I really think he should be confronted? Probably not. Should we all laugh about the fact online that the guy lifts fake weights? Of course we should. He lifts fake weights. All right, that dude doesn't lift real weights. They're fake. People can argue about it. His fanboys can argue all they want. The guy would be a world record holder in powerlifting who doesn't even use good technique, by the way. A lot of his lifts, he doesn't use good technique. He doesn't use good form. He uses terrible technique. But would be a world record holder? Come on. He'd be a world record holder if he lifted what he really pretends to lift. Now keep in mind, those are everyday lifts. That's not even peak for a meet. You need to understand, people come in at meets sometimes and hit 50 or 100 pounds heavier than they've ever hit in the gym. Because you peak for a meet. You go all out at a meet. He does stuff playing around in the gym without spotters and stuff that would be world records. I mean, it's ridiculous. And we know he uses fake weights. It's ludicrous. And should it be made fun of? Yeah, it should be made fun of. Because it's all show. It's all nonsense. The guy's a bodybuilder. And bodybuilders are mostly, not all of them, but a lot of them are all show. No go. They're peacocking. So can I see a group of dudes like the Strength Cartel who they don't really seem to care about aesthetics. They don't care about being ripped. Guys don't even care about fitness. They care about being big and strong. Kind of going, you know what? We don't like your fake ass. We don't like you. We're going to call you out on it. I can see that happen. It makes sense. I can see that. They know they're going to be at the expo with him. I can see those guys basically because he's basically, to them, he's insulting guys who train for real strength. He is in a way, but only because idiot kids on the internet actually believe he might actually be that strong. They actually accept the possibility. If no one actually accepted that he was even possible and laughed it off as a joke like he was a clown, there would be nothing to confront him about, right? Why would you confront someone about something that everyone already knows is ridiculous, not possible, and so it's just a joke at the end of the day. If it was just taken as a joke by everyone, which it should be, it wouldn't be a big deal. But he hasn't just done it a couple times. He continues for years to pretend and still claim publicly and do fake lifts over and over. It is a bit of an insult to guys who train for strength. And I can see dudes like that who are serious about strength, who are serious about putting up big numbers, and they do. Those dudes put up big numbers. I could see why they might kind of be like, you know what, we're going to call you out. We're going to call you a bitch. And they did call him a bitch. And he took off and ran. Was that probably the wisest thing to do? Probably a good idea. You got like 5 dudes standing around you calling you a bitch. when nobody has any weapons. You don't have any way, you have no way to be a force multiplier. And at least 5 dudes who you know are stronger than you are up in your face confronting you. That's probably a good idea to walk away at that time. I'm not even going to say that that's a bitch move at that point. That's just going, you know what? I really don't want to get any broken bones right about now, because I'm really not as strong as I pretend, and some of these dudes are probably strong enough to grab me and just break stuff. Big boy probably is. I want you to think about that for a moment. At a certain point, you can say all you want about, well, strength doesn't matter to fight. Well, against a really skilled fighter, it might not. Brad's not a skilled fighter. Guy doesn't have 3 black belts or anything that I'm aware of. You don't want a dude who can deadlift 800 plus pounds to grab a hold of you and just twist. It's just not, you're not even talking about the dude punching somebody. You just don't want that to happen. It's not going to go well. You know, that's a guy who's strong enough to probably break bones by grabbing and twisting you. So Brad walking away was probably a smart idea at that point. Probably a smart idea. Because there's a difference between bravery and stupidity. Difference between bravery and stupidity. To stand there and possibly take an ass whooping with no benefit to you, with nothing to gain and 0 chance of winning, when you can just walk away from the fight as an unnecessary fight, probably a good idea to go ahead and leave. I'm not going to fault him for that. I'll fault him for lifting the fake weights all day long. I'll fault him for that. I'm not going to fault the dude for walking away. That's not, I wouldn't even make fun of the guy over there. At that point, it's like, that was a good idea. He needed to probably get out of there, because that wasn't going to end well for him. Had he puffed up and stood his ground, I'm not even going to say probably, 100% chance that would have went real bad for the dude. I mean, anyone really want to disagree here? I don't think you can make a reasonable argument that that wouldn't have gone bad. Because again, these don't strike me as the sort of guys, just my instinct of people, these don't strike me as the sort of guys who are really probably going to back down when you get up and want to fight. Especially when they know they got you outnumbered. They know they got you outgunned. I don't think that's the sort of dude you really want to call their bluff like that. Probably not in your best interest. But as far as all this confronting stuff goes, I don't know. I think at a certain point it gets ridiculous. People try to turn YouTube fitness into WWE. And I can see that there's a certain element to that. But at a certain point you also got to go, man, it just gets immaturity and silly. And it is going to get to a point. My biggest concern with all of that is that eventually someone's going to get hurt or someone's going to get killed with all this showboating that goes on, because some people don't realize, some people think it's showboating and fun. Other people aren't going to take it that way. When people don't take it that way, that's when stuff goes down, and that's when stuff gets serious. Again, a bunch of grown men, high testosterone level men in general, whether it's naturally occurring or synthetically occurring, a bunch of high testosterone men, all with a lot of egos. It could end badly. It could end badly. And I know several of them, I'm not going to go into names of who I know because we talk about this. Yes, there are several fitness YouTubers who are always armed 24/7. There are several. They go to the gym armed. There are several. You guys might be surprised. So again, this sort of stuff could go badly at a certain point. Maybe not so much at expos because it's a controlled environment. There's security everywhere because they want to prevent fights and things from happening. They want to prevent attacks on people. But, you know, it goes outside of that controlled environment. My concern is always that this stuff could turn ugly because some people aren't going to take it as a show. Some people aren't going to take it as entertainment. They're going to take it real serious when you confront them. And in some cases, that's pretty reasonable. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.
You've been asked to come to a bunch of competitions, all you do is run your fucking mouth, bitch. When are you gonna come out and do something, you fake ass motherfucker? Well, come out and prove it on the fucking record, dog. You're a bitch too, motherfucker. You've been asked to come to a bunch of competitions, all you do is run your fucking mouth, bitch. When are you gonna come out and do something, you fake ass motherfucker? Well, come out and prove it on the fucking record, dog. You're a bitch too, motherfucker. You've been asked to come to a bunch of competitions, all you do is run your fucking mouth, bitch. When are you gonna come out and do something, you fake ass motherfucker? Well, come out and prove it on the fucking record, dog. You're a bitch too,